GT the Vibe podcast coming to another episode, guys. So, people hit me up, man. I gave a detailed breakdown of 5 things to watch out for, to look for, and that you want to have in a relationship from a partner. And they breaking me down. First, they wanted to ask about confidence. Now they asked me about empathy. They want me to give a detailed breakdown of what empathy actually is. So that's what I'm going to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna give you guys the dictionary definition of empathy, and then we will break it all the way down to its core, which I love to break stuff down to its core. Hold on, let me get the definition of empathy pulled up. I thought I had it. Thought I had it, but I'm slacking this morning, guys. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. To understand and share. You can't just understand. People like understand. If a person just understands, they're not sharing your feelings. If somebody says, I understand. Oh, I understand. Oh, 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 oh. I understand. I 100%. I understand. I understand. That's sympathy. Somebody's being sympathetic with you. People will say I understand just to show a little bit of sympathy. It's because they feel bad for you. Typically, I understand. I understand. Do you really? Well, we're gonna find out if you really do. I'm gonna give you guys 5 keys. I'm gonna give you guys 5 keys today that are in the realm of empathy, and you will see these things if somebody is actually empathetic toward you. Now, don't go out there, beat up your significant other, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, your best friend. Don't go beat them up like, well, GT from the Vibe podcast said, if you don't have these 5 things, you're not empathetic. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you will see these things play out throughout and consistently play out with somebody that actually presents that has empathy. And you'll know when somebody has empathy. Trust me, you'll know. And you'll know when they don't. Like, you'll be able to tell when they don't. Number one, they're non judgmental, right? True empathy is non judgmental. An empathetic person can be told, you can tell them how you feel, and they're not going to judge you on it. There will be no judgment on it. You can tell them how you feel, and it may be something that they don't like. There's something that they did wrong. It may be personal to them, but they won't judge you. Empathy is non judgmental. Let me slip into a Christian perspective real quick. Christians are taught to be judgmental. So, can a Christian actually have empathy if they're taught to judge? So, they're taught the opposite of some of the things that go into being an empathetic person, to have actual understanding and shared feelings with people. You can't judge them, because if you judge them, then you're judging yourself. So, being non judgmental is key. And one of the reasons why I think that we don't see a lot of empathy in the church, because the church people are taught to be judgmental. All right. Judgmental people, hard for them to be empathetic. Active listening. Number two, active listening. Being an active listener demonstrates empathy and helps you understand the other person's perspective. So, what is active listening? Like, what are you doing when you're actively listening to somebody? Oh, I just shut up and I just listen. Doesn't mean you're actively listening, right? Engagement. You want to be engaged in what this person is saying. So they could be talking about how they feel about certain instances, certain aspects, certain things that happen. You want to be engaged. And sometimes being engaged is acknowledgement, right? You're acknowledging their feelings. You're validating their feelings, right? Oh man, they're like, G, when you talk like this to me, it makes me feel bad. And she'll like, so is it my tone? Is it my demeanor? That's active listening. You're trying to dig deeper into to figure out, okay, what is it that is with the way that I talk that is causing distress to my partner, to my friend, to my best friend, to my brother, to my sister, to my mom, to my dad, whoever it may be. That's what active listening is. You're listening to them and you're keynoting everything. You're paying attention. Okay. They said that when I speak, that makes them feel uncomfortable. Okay. So then you figure, okay, tone, demeanor, how I look at you. Is it pitch? Am I too loud? What, like, break it down to me. And then like, well, sometimes you're just too loud, man. Sometimes you just come unglued and you just rage out on me. Okay. So I've actively listened. Now I can actually make a change, right? Now the opposite of active listening is listening. So you listen to understand when you're actively listening. You will ask questions. People like if a person is actively listening to you, they want to clarify. Don't get mad at them for trying to clarify, because they're trying to figure out, in their mind, they're trying to figure out, okay, what exactly is it that I'm doing wrong here? How do I fix it? If a person doesn't want to fix it, they will never ask questions. They'll just be like, okay, I understand. Okay. Well, I feel like this when you do this. Okay, I understand. Oh, okay, I understand. They don't care. They're not actively listening. They're just trying to get out of that conversation. Three, validating emotions. Validating other people's feelings shows that you're listening and care. Validate their emotions. I understand that you feel this way, right? Or maybe you bring up an incident. Well, you know what? One time, man, somebody talked to me like that. I used to have a parent that raged out at me all the time. And you know what? I can understand why you feel like I rage out. I can understand. Sometimes my tone gets a little bit up there. You're. It's not being apologetic. It's you're validating. Yes, I have a tendency to rage out. I understand you being upset because of how I'm talking. Because I'm talking crazy, or I'm yelling, or I'm slamming stuff, or I'm throwing things, whatever it may be. I understand. I get it. I get it. Yes, I did do that. Sometimes in the validating emotions phase, you're taking responsibility for whatever action that you did that put your partner in this space, right? So if you're talking to your partner and they say, "Well, you know what? When you throw stuff, it scares me and it really shuts me down." And you're like, "I apologize for throwing that. I apologize for throwing that toilet paper. I apologize for throwing that cup on the ground. I apologize for slamming the door. Hey, you know what? I apologize for walking out while you were talking to me. I was overwhelmed, but that's no excuse. I shouldn't have walked out. I should have stayed there because I want to validate how you feel. A person that validates your emotions will never walk out on you while you're telling them how you feel. That's number one. That's like if a person walks out on you while you're expressing how you feel, they don't care about your emotions. They are not going to validate your emotions. Now, people will get on here. Well, sometimes people just upset me. If you ask them to tell you how they feel, and then they tell you how they feel, and you walking out in the middle of it, you got a problem, and they're not the problem. You're the problem. You don't want to validate their emotions because you don't care about their emotions. If you care about their emotions, sometimes it's going to take you just sitting there and you take it. There's been times when I just had to sit there and take it. My significant other just sit there and just tell me, okay, you jacking this up, you hit you with a laundry list of like 20 things. You just say, okay. When you love somebody, sometimes you got to take the beat down. Sometimes you got to take the whooping, right? In order for you to grow and for the relationship to grow, sometimes you just got to take it. Yeah, I could get personal. Oh, you know what, man? I don't do this or I don't do that. I'm pissed off now. I'm angry. I could do that. Anybody could do that. But a real adult person that has empathy, they not gonna do that. An empathetic person can sit there and take a lot. Let's be honest. An empathetic person can sit there and take a lot. Somebody who doesn't have empathy can't take a lot because guess what? They're judgmental. So they're gonna judge themselves based on what you're saying. So quit judging yourselves, people. I guess that's the moral of this story. Genuine interest. Taking a genuine interest in others and asking questions about their experiences can help you understand them. Don't get mad when they ask questions. If we're talking and you're talking, you're like, well, I feel this. When you do this, I feel this. And they ask you specifics to, okay, so what about that like makes you feel this way? What about like is there something I'm doing or something that I'm saying? Like what about that? Don't get pissed off at them. They're interested in actually trying to figure out what it is that is causing you distress. That's what they're trying to do. An empathetic person is going to try to figure it out. They may seem analytical as heck, but they're trying to figure it out because they don't want you to feel the way that you feel. They care about how their actions actually affect you. And so, in caring about how their actions actually affect you, they got to ask questions because they want to clarify. A person that clarifies things with you loves you. Loves you. Let me tell you, a person that clarifies with you loves the heck out of you. A person who doesn't clarify, they don't care how you feel. If a person doesn't ask clarifying questions, they don't care how you feel. They don't. They can care less. It's all about how they feel. That's for another podcast coming up later on this week. Positive body language. Man, that's a good one. Empathetic people have positive body language. We don't to be people like if you're empathetic, you're not just gonna be like this while they're talking to you, just looking at them pissed off. I'm angry. I'm pissed. I'm upset because you're saying things that I'm doing wrong, so I'm pissed. No, it's not how it works. Positive body language. Using positive body language, like maintaining eye contact and smiling, can help display empathy. Even in the dark times when your partner is giving it to you on the end of that ride, you're over there like, man, I'm taking this beat. Smile because the fact that they can sit there and give you that heat means that you created an atmosphere for them to be able to do that. It's a safe atmosphere. If they can name off a laundry list of crap that you do wrong, then you've given them the atmosphere, you've given them the climate to be able to do that. Empathetic people will give you the climate to do that. Be careful, be careful, you super empaths out there. Don't become a punching bag though. You gotta be careful because you they'll turn you into a punching bag real quick. But think about that. Like, understand that. That's important to understand. These are things that an empathetic person is going to do. They want to know what they're doing wrong. They're going to ask clarifying questions. They're going to be entrenched in the conversation. You can be like, man, are you analyzing me? No. They're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that they're doing wrong that's causing this problem? Because an empathetic person wants to fix the issue. A non-empathetic person is like, I don't, they can care less about your feelings. Which is going to bring up, it's going to be on another podcast. I guarantee it's coming up because somebody going to ask me, what do you mean when they don't care about how you feel? And then I'm going to give y'all like 5 or 6 things to tell you that somebody doesn't care about your emotions. We can do that. We can do that later on this week. I'm going to pop this out later on this week. I will give you guys some things that tell you that somebody doesn't care about your emotions. And this ain't just based on my experience, it's based on talking. I have a vast array of friends. I have friends from all different backgrounds. Um, I got cop friends. I got friends that are in the medical field, lawyer friends, friends that are in construction, friends that are in restaurants. Like I've been to so many different walks of life, and church, I got Pentecostal friends, I got Baptist friends, I got Catholic friends, I got Jehovah's Witness friends, I got Jewish friends, I got friends from all over. Like I am well rounded and well versed to where I can actually come on here and speak about this because I talk to people from all different walks of life, all different walks of life, male, female, doesn't matter, all different walks of life. I even talk to teens at the church. I spend time with teens every single week, talking to them about their experiences, so I can relate to a lot of different things, right? I've seen a lot of, and I'm an analytical thinker, so I'm always analyzing everything. Sometimes it's a detriment to me. Sometimes it's a detriment to the person I'm in a relationship with. I feel bad for her because she got to deal with me always analyzing stuff. So she be like, "Don't analyze me, or I'll slap you." And I be like, "I'm gonna shut up because if I don't shut up, I'm gonna keep analyzing everything." That's what I do. But that's just part of who I am. But I analyze everything. I'm like, I'm always looking for what the outcome's gonna be, or what 5 different outcomes can happen. But I've got so many people from so many different walks of life that I have an understanding of a lot of different things. So later on this week, I'm going to go ahead and pop out and tell y'all. I'm going to give y'all the keys to know that somebody does care about your emotions. Take it or leave it. This GT Divide podcast, though. Like, subscribe, share, please. I'm out.